Welcome to the Deep Dive. Have you ever read a book that just changes how you think about your own path, your own voice?
Oh, definitely.
Well, today we're really digging into one of those. Zora Neale Hurston's Their Eyes Were Watching God.
Phenomenal book.
It really is. And it's, it goes so much further than just a typical story. It feels more like a celebration.
Human self-discovery.
Exactly. A voice, love, resilience. It shows how a woman, kind of stripped of her agency by society, can reclaim her own narrative, even through, well, profound heartbreak and loss.
And that reclaiming is absolutely central, isn't it? I mean, at its heart, the book just unpacks Janie Crawford's journey with this incredible honesty, real emotional power.
Yeah.
And what always gets me is how Hurston does it, her prose.
Oh, yes.
It's this, like, revolutionary blend. You have the grounded rhythms of Black Southern dialect.
So authentic.
Right. And then these passages of just pure poetic intensity woven right in.
It's beautiful.
It really is. And it's not just stylistic flair, It lets Hurston lift the everyday speech of her characters into something profound, universal even.
And that challenged ideas back then, didn't it? About what literary language even was.
Massively. She was eliminating voices that hadn't been centered in literature like that before.
That focus on the prose, it's so key. And as we dig deeper, you really see how it serves Janie's own quest.
Her quest for autonomy.
Yeah, autonomy, fulfillment. It's not just about, being independent in a practical sense. It's about her claiming her inner life, her desires, her actual voice.
Against a society that really wanted to define her through the men in her life.
Precisely. So our mission, really, for this deep dive is to explore how Janie manages that, how she achieves it, and why her story still feels so relevant, so powerful today.
Right. And if you connect that journey to the bigger picture of the novel, well, Janie's growth is so intricately tied to her marriages.
You can't separate them.
Not at all. Each marriage works almost like a crucible, shaping her in very distinct and often quite difficult ways.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Think about Logan Killick's first. His sort of possessiveness, it reveals the suffocation you can feel with security if there's no real love there.
That feeling of just being owned almost.
Exactly. And then with Jodie Stark's, his ambition, it traps her too, but differently. It's like a gilded cage.
Yeah, mayor's wife, but silenced.
Right. And that forces her to confront what freedom even means within a partnership. So these relationships, they aren't just plot points. They're stages in her understanding of herself.
Pushing her to grapple with these fundamental issues.
Gender, race, love, what independence truly means.
Yeah.
Yeah. And her transformation, the way she emerges as a woman who genuinely claims her own story by the end, it just feels both triumphant and so deeply human.
You really pinpointed it there.
Yeah.
Each marriage a crucible. It makes you think, doesn't it? About the sheer strength required to redefine yourself like that. Against years, decades maybe, of expectation.
It's immense.
And what makes this book feel so, well, timeless, I think, is Hurston's incredible ability to weave those universal themes, identity, freedom, into such a specific, vivid cultural landscape.
She really brings Eatonville to life.
Oh, completely. Eatonville, the Black Southern experience more broadly. She renders it with such richness, such authenticity, it just pulls you right in. And it makes Janie's personal journey feel deeply connected to that larger cultural world. It's not happening in a vacuum.
Absolutely not. And crucially, I think, through all of this, the novel never loses sight of the personal and the spiritual dimensions of Janie's quest.
How does she balance that, the individual and the cultural?
Well, the individual journey, Janie's journey, it intertwines so seamlessly with that broader cultural narrative. Part of that is Hurston giving us Janie's inner thoughts, her interiority, through this really rich, omniscient narration.
So you get the big picture, but also her intimate feelings.
Exactly. And it often blends right into Janie's own evolving voice as she matures. This kind of dual perspective lets us witness not just what she does, but the profound shifts happening inside her head, in her consciousness.
As she searches for that love.
A love that doesn't diminish her spirit, doesn't require her to shrink herself.
So ultimately, when we step back from Janie's specific path, what's the big takeaway? What message does Hurston leave us with?
That's a great question.
I think Their Eyes Were Watching God is just a novel of incredible beauty, but also defiance.
Yes, defiance is a good word for it.
It's a work that resonates really just as much today as it must have back in 1937 when it was first published.
The themes are enduring.
They really are, which makes it, I think, a must-read for anyone who's drawn to stories about empowerment, about love, and just the enduring strength of the human spirit.
I couldn't agree more.
And maybe, as you explore Janie's incredible journey, or perhaps revisit it, it's worth taking a moment. Consider what claiming your own story might actually mean in your own life.
That's a powerful thought to leave with.
What steps might you take, to honor that voice within you, just like Janie eventually learned to do?